Today we're breaking down the New Balance two-way V3. Let's go. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Zach here with Tamster's Kicks, and we're breaking down a New Balance basketball shoe. I had some people saying they want a New Balance breakdown, and we got the New Balance two-way, the V3. These ones came out a little bit ago, but I've seen some really good things about them. I've had some people that have recommended me to try them out. I want to give my review on them. I've had a lot of similarities to some like Kobe vibes, a little bit of cool tech spec aspects on the shoe. So we're going to break those bad boys down today. If you guys haven't seen a basketball shoe review, we're going through traction, cushion, support, all that good stuff have to do with the shoe. I'll give my ratings at the end of the video as well. So you want to stick around for that. Leave a like, guys. Thanks for 1,000 subs. We finally hit it. But I'm grateful for all the support. Thank you guys again. And these bad boys, New Balance, they've had a lot of good stuff coming around. I think the problem is they're trying to catch up to like what Nike basketball's had for like 20, 30 years. And they're starting to get some good stuff in. These ones have a lot of good potential, I think, with them. And I hooped in them just recently. Actually, this morning went and played in them again. And they do play really good, actually. I like how they play on the court. Retail price, $120, not bad. They have a lot of different colorways. I just picked these ones up locally at Dick's Sporting Goods. So I know they have some pairs. New Balance has got some as well. And they play pretty good. Traction pattern is a grooved rubber outsole with some circle pads to give even more support and traction. So right off the bat, this traction system is interesting. It's really good. The grooves are kind of deep. You have like the pads that I mentioned on here. There's 9 pads. You got some in the forefoot as well as in that back heel. And you can really feel the stickiness of those pads. It's kind of like suction cups support like on like the hardwood. It feels really good. And I mean, outdoors, I don't think this shoe would last very long outdoors, so I would not recommend this traction pattern outdoors. The grooves would just get beaten up, and as well as those suction like cups wouldn't work as well as that hardwood nice floor, so I wouldn't recommend them outside. But it gives me some like Paul George 4 vibes, as well as a little bit of Kobe 9 vibes, not anywhere near. Let me pull my Kobe 9s. So man, these are my Kobe 9s. These things are old, but some of the same kind of vibes. Like you had that outsole that had the grooved lines, as well as like the foot pad placement with those kind of like suction cup details, I guess you could say. But it's similar vibes. Like outdoors, these things would get torn up, but indoors, very good. Traction was sticky, and I really like how it played. Cushion is a full-length fuel cell combined with the absorb cushioning pads. You got absorb cushioning pads placed at the heel and the forefoot, kind of where those like suction cups are, and you can definitely feel that absorb technology in there. The full-length fuel cell is just super mid to me. Like, it's not anything crazy. It gives like a fine like play. Like, it just screams like budget to me. Like, I know that I've had friends with New Balance running shoes. They really like the kind of fuel cell, like the seamless entry into the shoe with that like super responsive cushion. And I don't feel it at all with New Balance basketball. And I just reviewed the Kawhis, and they're a little different, but I do kind of like those, how their setup is. But the retail on those is a lot more than these. For a 120 shoe like Luka, like you might as well get some Nike Lukas for 110, because like that Jordan flight system is super nice, and this fuel cell is just pretty mid on these. I do like that absorb tech, but I think the future of New Balance, kind of like I mentioned, as it evolves, I think we get some better cushioning systems, but this is just kind of budget. Materials are made of a molded textile construction all along the upper. So the paneling is kind of interesting with the materials. I do like them. They feel nice on foot. You have a little bit of more of that like textile up here with a plastic piece here to kind of help with a little more of like cutting side to side and like a little more stability with the shoe. But like there's different like grooves along the upper. It goes onto the lateral and medial sides, but probably the best thing is that the use of the New Balance like logo here to provide like a TPU counter as like support, and it really helps like form your foot and keep you locked in. I'll talk about that with the support later, but it didn't feel like restrictive at all. The fit was amazing with the materials, and it was breathable. Like I love the materials on them, and so like top to the mid is good, but that mid cushion is just not the best fit. These are actually one of the better fitting basketball shoes I've actually tried on. Like I went true to size 11, definitely go true to size. There was almost no dead space. They're a little bit wider of a setup here, so it fit me really well. There might be like a little bit more narrow, I would say they run, but I mean overall the fit was really good on them. I was surprised. I didn't have to tighten too much or like loosen the shoe at all. Like with that counter, the TPU counter here, it just like was a seamless ride with the tongue and everything, so I did like that. Finally, like I said, the support, you have that midfoot TPU counter here with the New Balance logo, and I mean it is a low top shoe, so I love that. For me personally, I think low tops are the move with like ankle support and stuff like that, because they allow like your ankle to actually like do what it's supposed to do and like support you. And I mean sometimes I feel more restricted with a high top shoe, and so low tops are really good. Now my advice with low tops is just finding a low top that feels good on your foot, and I think that's what helps keep you more stable and like avoid injuries. Of course, injuries are like freak accidents most of the time, but like, so the traction, cushion, and materials were given all three of those an 8 out of 10. They're pretty solid. I do like the traction, but I know that this traction can break down pretty easy, I would say. So I had to rate it a little bit lower. Cushion, wasn't a big fan of it, but combined with the traction with the absorb units here, it does a really good job. I thought it felt really good off the bat playing in them. And then with the materials, they're breathable, lightweight, nothing like super restrictive at all, so I do like that part. Fit, 9 out of 10. They're pretty high on my fit, and one of the highest, honestly, because I just love how they fit. Nothing wrong with them. True to size, stick with that. You'll find a really good fit with these. And then as well as the support at the end, with an 8 out of 10. There's nothing like crazy about them, but they just fit super good, so the support is really well done on them. I love the counter here, as I talked about, as well as like the breathable aspects here. But I mean, overall, New Balance 2A V3, like New Balance got some potential here. I did like the Kawhis. I thought they're a little more like overpriced than I'd like to see from a little bit of New Balance still coming up on the block with the kicks, but like pretty good. If you guys got these New Balances, let me know what you think about them down in the comments. Let me know any shoes you guys want me to check out, review, give some performance review advice, stuff like that. So let me know down in the comments. But that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next one.